Restaurants are going to be busy, I understand, doing my reconnaissance, but we're also going to be busy following and making sure people follow the protocols there. That'll give your consumers more confidence going in.
That's Ned Lamont, the governor of Connecticut. That state today became the latest state to let restaurants reopen, though they won't look or seem anything like the past. And by that, I mean a few months ago. While some states are allowing restaurants to reopen with limited capacity, it may not be enough. A lot of establishments have already decided to close up and shut their doors forever. This week, leaders of the industry were at the White House to plead for help from the federal government. And on this topic, for this conversation, we're so pleased to have Andrew Zimmern with us. He's a writer, chef, and host of MSNBC's What's Eating America. Andrew, I'm so tempted to start off with a question about numbers. If you're really lucky, you have a favorite restaurant. And if you're really, really lucky, you and your family have several. The Saturday night places, the Sunday dinner places, the lunch anytime places. What percentage of the restaurants we love are going to survive this?
My fear, Brian, is that without the proper backstopping from the federal government and at the state level, without working hand in hand with municipal governments, we could be looking at an extinction event of between 80% at the worst case scenario, 60% at the best. If we get the payroll protection plan, if we get that extended to 24 weeks as the Independent Restaurant Coalition called for at the meeting with President Trump on Monday, and we get Representative Earl Blumenauer's restaurant stabilization plan to a successful vote on the floor and get the backstopping that we need, then I think we might be able to save about 60 to 70% of restaurants. Right now, we're looking at an 8-week Band-Aid for an 18-month problem. It's just not going to work.
You mentioned the White House event, as did we. I know you had colleagues there. Did they hear anything that they can take to the bank in lieu of actual money to take to the bank, I guess?
Yes, we actually heard the President of the United States, the Treasury Secretary, the Vice President commit to helping restaurants and to do so in a public forum. We heard what was near full acceptance of fully investigating a extension to 24 weeks of what was an 8-week plan with the PPP. We're not asking for more money. What we're asking for is a greater timeline within to spend the loans that have been given. You can't give someone a loan to operate their business and do it at a time when the state that the restaurant is in has mandated that their doors are shut. It simply doesn't work. And then the other thing that we were able to do is we were able to bring up this restaurant stabilization project, which I think is the key to anything. It's one thing to get restaurants open. We have to keep them open as they ramp up from 25 to 50 to 75 to 100% of capacity. Restaurants are opening in what is going to be, depending on definition, of an awful recession or a depression. It's going to be a long time before consumer confidence is there for restaurants. And while restaurants may look differently to the consumer over the next couple of years as this happens, we need to backstop these important, viable businesses that are the cultural backbone of our country, employ very special populations of workers. Remember, restaurants, the only industry bigger than restaurants is the Defense Department. It's a $1 trillion industry, the Independent Restaurant Group, $1 trillion industry with 11 million employees, and we lead month after month in the unemployment numbers. This is an industry that has to be addressed. No industry deserves it more, and yet we seem to be left at the back door when it comes to the real kind of aid that will help us systemically to reopen and stay open.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.